Guys, welcome back. Hope you all are doing well. This is gonna be the last lab from insecurity serialization, and in today's lab we are gonna see PHAR deserialization. This is very important for you to understand so that you know the functionality of this PHAR wrapper. So let's go. I'm going to just check out the lab here using PHAR deserialization to deploy a custom gadget chain. So this lab does not explicitly use deserialization. However, if you combine PHAR deserialization with other advanced hacking techniques, you can still achieve remote code execution via custom gadget chain. To solve the lab, we need to delete the morale.txt file from the Carlos home directory, and you can log in via this account. Fine. And without wasting time, jump to the lab. So this is our lab. I'm going to just manage a bit and let's go. We are just going to log in from the Wiener user. So Wiener is the username and Peter is the password. So we are logged in, and as you can see, this lab gives us functionality to upload the file. So let's go and upload an image here. We have cat.jpeg and just try to upload it. So let's see, this is the first request where we logged in, and if we go to the response and see the source code, you will see there is nothing. So we successfully uploaded the file, but I just want to see how this file I can see. So let's open the image in a new tab, and you can see this is our image. And if you see the complete path, you can see there is one directory cgi-bin. Within that there is avatar.php, and there is a query parameter, query string, avatar is equal to Wiener. So CGI bin is interesting for me, and I'm going to delete the rest of the things. Just hit enter, and you can see we have here custom template.php and blog.php. So let's see first of all custom.php. Although to just save the time, I copy both of these files in my PC so that I can show you custom.php, this one, and we have one more which is blog.php. Okay, so let's see, you can see here the class template is being defined here, and a private property template underscore file underscore path is declared. After that, here when an object is created, the file path is passed and stored. Okay, and then this is going to check whether the file exists or not. So it will check if the template is logged by verifying if a log file exists or not. Okay, then this will actually, it will return the contents of the template file. Then here this will actually write a log file and then the template file if the template is not logged. Okay, if the template is not logged, and then basically this is what critical we have. So here the magic method is being used, underscore underscore destruct. So when the object is destroyed, it tries to delete the log file, because you can see unlink is being used, which deletes the file, and the path depends on this one, this cast to the template underscore file underscore path. So after that, if you see the last function here, log file path, so in this function it is going to build the log file path by pretending that template is there, and it is going to append .log. Okay, so this is what this file is all about, and basically this is the part which we will exploit to delete the morale.txt file within the Carlos home directory. But let's see what inside blog.php. So in blog.php, if you see this line, the first one, it is basically loading the dependencies, specifically the Twig template engine. Okay, this is the template engine within the PHP, and it is important because Twig will render the template that are later passed in user control data. Now there is a class, and it describes declares two public properties, user and description, and one private property which is Twig. So this will be important during serialization and deserialization, but let's move on to this one. here you can see the standard constructor is being used, underscore underscore construct, that is using only two properties, user and description. Fine. Now here there is something interesting. So underscore underscore string method is triggered here when the object is treated like a string, okay, and it tries to render this one. It tries to render a twig template which is named as index, okay, with the variable user. Fine. Now if you see this part, so this is again the critical point, because underscore underscore wake up magic method is being used. So when this object is unserialized, the underscore underscore wake up method is triggered, and description, you can see here, description is used directly as a template loaded into the twig. After this twig is initialized using the template, and this means whoever control the description part, okay, that controls the twig template code. So here basically SSTI vulnerability exists, which is server side template injection, and we already know that twig 1.19 version of the template engine is being used, okay. So in this particular script, the SSTI vulnerability exists, which is server side template injection, and in this particular file we have one vulnerability with which we can delete the file. Fine. Now we need to chain both of these. Now this one at the last, this tells PHP what property to keep with when serialized, and these properties are only user and description. Okay, so this also means that on deserialization only these two are restored, and then underscore underscore wake up is called to rebuild the twig property. Fine. So this is the thing. Now if we come back here, and we need to basically check out for JPG polyglot. Okay, let's see what we have here, because we need some kind of skeleton code so that we can put our exploit. We can just tune that skeleton to run our exploit, our chain. So this is a very good resource here, which gives you pretty much everything. You just need to tune it a bit according to your situation. Okay. So here if you go to for JPG polyglot, and from here you can just take this code and call here something like git clone and then paste that URL. Okay, so to save the time, I actually already did that thing, so I'm not going to do it again. I already have it in my desktop. So cd desktop ls space -la, and you can see for JPG polyglot we already have it. So cd for polyglot clear, and you have here these files. So this is the important file where actually the payload is being written. So if I come back here and open the file which I recently opened, so this is the file. Fine. Now within this file we just need to change this part. Okay, this is the exploit class. So to save the time again, I am going to just take it from the solution, this part which is our complete payload, and put it here instead of this. Okay, before explaining that, I also want to show you payloads, all the things, SSTI, server side template injection. So if you go to this, you will find here the remote code execution payload for the twig. Let's say PHP server-side template injection. Within the PHP there is twig. This is the basic injection. This is the code execution. So let's see. So this is where you can just test whether the vulnerability exists or not. I already recorded the complete module of server-side template injection. You may reach or watch that playlist completely and you will be good to go. Now this is the twig code execution, and I think this payload is being used here, okay, from the solution. So if you see this one, self environment register undefined filter callback, yes, this is the payload is being used for executing the system command, and this is the command. Okay, now this, because two parameters are being used, the description and the user, and what we saw within the within these scripts, we know that if we can control the description part, we can load the twig payload for server-side template injection. Now what this basically do, what we are doing here is attempting to change the objects in a creative way by assigning a block object as the value of the template underscore file underscore path inside the custom template. Okay, so when custom template calls underscore destruction, where is it, this one. Okay, so when custom template calls underscore destruction, it calls lock file path, and this will cast template file path to the string. Okay, and the string you have here. Now this underscore to string will call the twig to call this exec and execute this command. That is what we are doing here. Fine, so this is absolutely ready. I'm just going to save it, and now let's try to run it, because if we go back here in this, and if you see here, you need to execute that in this manner. So I'm just going to copy that, or you can write it here and just paste that, hit enter. So you can see the payload is generated, and this payload is basically injected within the JPG file. Okay, so if you go inside this open folder, so this is the input file, which is actually the genuine JPG file. But after you execute this script, one output file will be generated here, and within this output file, this malicious serialized string will be there. Okay, so even if you delete this out.jpg and out1.jpg, and once you execute this, you will see here out.jpg is there. So now we need to upload this malicious file. So back to our lab, and let's just refresh it to see whether it's still working or not, and I think it's not working. So we need to again load the lab. Okay, let's log in. So the username is Wiener and the password is Peter. Don't save. Let's upload the file. So the file, we are going to take it from this, because this is our malicious file. Okay, upload it, and I want to also see it here within the burp. Okay, once we click upload, you can see the post request is being generated, which is going to upload this gibberish file, and here you can see halt underscore compiler is being used, for metadata is there. Within this, our payload is already there. So one, it is serialized, because with the PHAR, the streamed metadata is implicitly deserialized. So when it is deserialized, it is going to execute this payload. Okay, so here you can see not uploaded. So you need to try it bunch of times to upload it. Okay, now this time uploaded successfully. Now what you can do, let's just open the image in a new tab. So once we try to open this in a new tab, you can see this is the request, right? And what we need to do here is, let's see, I'm just going to take this one up to here and just send it so that we have this here. Now I'm going to send this to the repeater and go to the repeater, back to our image, open in a new tab. Okay, so the image URL is this. Okay, I am going to copy it and paste it here. Now what we need to do here is we just need to call it with PHAR wrapper so that it will deserialize. Okay, and just send the request. So as we send the request, it is going to deserialize the image, and within the image we have our payload or malicious serialized data, which is going to be deserialized, and it is going to delete the file which is in the Carlos home directory morale.txt. So that's it for this lab. Hope you enjoy it. If you like the content, please like, subscribe and share. I'm gonna see you in the next video. Bye.